started Symmetry Financial. Who is Symmetry Financial Group? This is really cool because it's kind of evolving and changing over the past couple of years. So now we have Quility, and so Quility is the big umbrella over Symmetry Financial and Insura. And this is what really sets Symmetry apart, because now we have technology, which is Quility, Symmetry Financial, and Insura for the insurance. And they put those three together to really make one of the best financial and insurance groups out there to work for.
So yeah, so basically I'm going to cover what we do. And thank you, Joe, for introing us and getting us kicked off here as I'm trying to figure out technology. So I'm Jordan Conkey, or better known as Jordan Gillum. What we do here at Symmetry is we help families protect their largest asset. Now, when you were to think to yourself, you know, what is my family's largest asset? You might be thinking it's a retirement solution, retirement vehicle for your future. It could be your home, could be your largest asset, when really in reality, for every family, their ability to earn an income is their largest asset. Now, how do we do that? We have tons of different products. So we're basically a one-stop shop to be able to take care of a family's future, the unexpected, and just making sure that you're able to help them take control of their own lives with their own coverage rather than relying on work coverage. So our bread and butter of what we do is mortgage protection. Mortgage protection in a nutshell is an insurance policy to make sure if a borrower or co-borrower passes away, the mortgage payments or the whole mortgage is paid off for the family so that they can continue living in that house. We also do disability, dental. We also have asset and wealth management strategies like debt-free life, annuities, safe investments. Debt-free life is actually my most favorite product that we offer. Not trying to be biased or anything, but we'll talk about that here in just a second. So we have all these products to be able to help families because we work with 30 top rated carriers. Our carriers pay out death benefits. They pay out their benefits. If they were companies that didn't pay out benefits, we would not work with them. And you can probably see there's a lot of carriers here that have been around 100+ years that your family and any family is aware of whenever you walk into their house or you show them on their Zoom screen. Now, Joe, is there a need for our products?
Is there a need for our products? Absolutely. You know, 87 million households in the U.S., 7 out of 10 need 2 incomes to survive, right? That's really big, because that means, in a nutshell, right, when somebody has a home or a family has a home, the husband and wife, you know, or the spouse are working. That means both incomes are needed in that house to support that income. And that's what we protect, right? So 7 out of 10, everyone you talk to, right, 7 out of 10 people you're going to talk to, they need our help, because if one of them were to pass away in that family, that income stops and that house is in danger of being lost. So that's what we protect. We protect their death, we protect disability, you know, and then just the average funeral cost that people don't have life insurance, which is crazy, is over $10,000. We're there to protect them in those situations. You know, some debt that's out there in the U.S. right now, 14 trillion in debt, right? So that's 444 billion in credit card debt, almost 10 trillion in mortgage. Auto is 1.2 trillion. These are the T, right? It's a lot of debt that's owed out there in the country from different sources, right? And the nice part is we cover all those different sources. Here is, if you talk to 90% of Americans, need more life insurance, right? Yet 41% don't even own a policy. That's crazy. That means almost half of the people you talk to out there don't even have an insurance policy. You know, 37% of Americans don't have anything set aside for retirement. That is super scary. And that's one of the, we have a couple products that help in those situations. That's one of my favorite things to do. And we'll touch a little bit on those, but it's a huge number. You know, that's 37% of Americans don't have $1 in retirement. That's a scary thing to know about. Next. And, you know, so we look at all those large numbers, and let's break that down, what it looks like in an average home, right? So an average family has about $190,000 in debt and mortgage. In student loans, $46,000. That's insane.
That's an insane number.
Insane. This week alone, I spoke with 2 candidates that are looking to come on board with Symmetry. Both of them, one had about $33,000 in debt and student loans, and another one had about $27,000 in debt. That's a scary number in just loans, right? Something you'll never see ever again because you went to school, and more than likely you're not even in the field you went to school with for. Auto loans about 27,000, credit cards about 6,800. Just scary things to look at. The average person right now for the class of 2015 now is 75 is retirement age, just because there's so much debt. They're never going to get out of it, right? That's a scary. I don't want to be working when I'm 75, at least not having to work at 75 because I need to pay stuff. Debt-free life. This is a good one, Jordan.
Yeah, no. And so we talk about debt an awful lot with what we do because not a lot of people are talking about debt. And the reason why is because a lot of people don't have a solution to debt problems. Symmetry Financial Group introduced Debt-Free Life. It's one of our newest products. We've actually officially had it for a year as of May of 2020. I really don't feel like it was full-scale launched until September of last year. But this is just the most incredible product that we have to offer families. It's an exclusive to Symmetry Financial Group solution that enables a client to eliminate their debt, create guaranteed tax-free wealth for retirement, and provide peace of mind to their family with a life insurance plan customized to their needs. So this is a life insurance plan that is designed not just to help those after they die, but to help somebody get out of debt in 9 years or less without them spending any additional money than they're already spending. Now, I know there's probably a couple of you guys watching that's like, man, that would be nice. You know what I mean? Imagine being out of debt in 9 years or less, including your home loan, and you're not spending any more than you currently are on your bills. There is a product out there that Symmetry offers that helps people do that. We're actually blessed to have on our team the #1 writer in DFL in all of Symmetry. So just my favorite thing since May of 2019, this was at the beginning of 2020, let alone what has happened this year, we have helped 2,300 families get a plan in place to help eliminate their debt in less than 9 years. Nobody else is doing that. So how do we do it? Take a look at this. This probably looks pretty good to you guys. You can only imagine though, whenever you're watching a presentation of some kind about a company, they're going to show you their growth. But what I think this really stands for is not just a little bit of momentum. A lot of companies can launch, but how long can you stay up there? How many years can you keep doing it back to back? That's what we did last year, is right at around 122 million, starting as a $307,000 company out of the back room of the CEO's house. So we started real small, and in just 10 years, we're an $122 million company. What I like to look at as well is that our app count going year after year wasn't really much different. I mean, this is not the same 116, and we just wrote 4,000 more. We helped 116,000 families as a company last year, and then or the year before last, and then we helped 120,000 more. What you're going to learn as we go into how do we get paid is what these numbers mean as far as like the millions of dollars of premium in place, and then the thousands of apps that we've written. The correlation, normally it's per family is 1,000 APV. So if we're actually helping 122 millions of dollars of problems being solved, and there's not really much of an app count difference of year over year, we're actually solving greater problems, so our agents are getting paid more to do what we do. So it's very exciting, the growth that we're seeing. But just to start us off, in 2010, when we started, we were only in the Southeast, and Joe and I were laughing earlier because we found out I have no idea what that state is that's shaded up there. One of the qualifications for doing this is not having a geography background. We think it's Illinois, but I don't know. I think it's not Michigan. I think the one above that is Michigan. Either way, it's not West Virginia. My husband just yelled, that's wrong. So anyways, so this is where we started, and in 2020, we're covering the whole United States. The Cook Agency actually had, and if somebody put in the chat bar what that state is, thank you, I'll read it here in a second. We actually just had our first 2 agents in Hawaii and Alaska. So we're covering the inland and the outland states and stuff. And this year in 2020, we actually crossed, we were in 2020, we're helping 2,500 families a week. We actually mid-year crossed a 3,000 family a week mark, which is a huge deal. We're growing during a pandemic. people need us more than ever, especially in this virtual situation. So Joe, tell us how we're doing so far as a company in the last 10 years.
You know, how we're doing as a company, 398 million in total premium, right? 300,000 plus families protected. And then this is the really cool number. It's 30 billion in face amount. What that means is all the agents at Symmetry out there protecting families. If something happens, there's $30 billion in face amount that's going to help and protect the family, right? Something bad happens, there's that much protection out there. That's a huge number. It's awesome. You know, and how we're doing it, it's the capacity in the market, right? So in mortgage, there's 2.5 billion. Final expense, there's still 592 million. Debt-free life, it's 100 billion plus. These are just numbers that's available for us to go out there and capture, right? So even though we did in total life, we did, or should I say in total life coverage, we did was 2.3 billion in coverage. That's only, if you look at that number that's highlighted in blue, that's only 5.32% of the market that we can go out and grab, right? So we went out there and produced 125 million and covered all these families. That's only 5%, right? We still got 95% out there. So if you're thinking, hey, is there room for me here at Symmetry? Absolutely. We haven't even gotten started. And we got so many products and technology coming out. It could not be a better time to join Symmetry to get this kind of, you know, help to people and for us.
Yeah, sorry, just real quick, I wanted to add in there. It's just about, I guess, how big of a piece of the pie do you want?
Big pie. Big pie.
Big pie. Almost said something I wasn't supposed to. You keep going. Sorry about that.
Right. And so how do we support our agents? It's really cool. As of August 1st, Symmetry did a couple things. One, they gave everybody a 10% raise. We'll cover that a little bit. Two, they offer health insurance now to help for us. And then three is they've opened up these different paths for people to come in here and decide what they want to do, right? So you can come in here and just be a producer and be one of our top producers, and there's a path for you to get all the way to the top contract level. Awesome, right? Then there's our main path, which is the ownership, which we teach you to produce and grow a business so you can create a passive income. That's our main source of coming in here and showing y'all how to do this system. Then you also got a wholesaler side as well. Really cool. You know, our main path, which is the owner producer, this shows you how to come in here and be independent and actually achieve financial independence in 24 to 36 months if you come in here and follow our system. That's huge. I've been here for 2.5 years. Year 1.5, I cleared all my debt working for Symmetry.
Love
So,
that.
testament of what their system can actually do, right? It's just incredible. You come in here, you follow their system, you use their tools, you drive, you know, you're able to work with the leads that they have, recruit the way we teach you, and you can change your life and have an agency, which is your own business, coming out the gate, 24 to 36 months. I don't know anywhere you can do that. The wholesaler path, which is really cool, that was introduced, and that's for people that want to come in here and you know, work a different source of income, which is you know, using our carriers and being able to use our preferred vendor list. So that's always an option for new people as well. So how do we support our agents? This is the main reason I joined Symmetry, right? Because I looked into insurance and I wasn't going to be cold calling. I wasn't going to be signing up or knocking on the doors of all my friends and family. I wanted something where I know I can come in, because I had a good income before I came here, and I needed to make sure I can ensure that and create that instantly. Our lead generating system is how you can do that. You can come in here, plug in and play, follow our system, use our leads, right? 8,000 to 10,000 leads every week into our systems. After everybody takes all our leads, right? All of us, Jordan, Jeff, everybody, we all take our leads. There's still 3,000 that get put back into our system. It's crazy. Over 1 million leads and bonus. And that's all over the United States. And right now with everything going on, and we've gone fully virtual, you know, the possibilities are endless, because you can work in any state you have a license from your home. That's insane. Before I had to drive to California, I had to drive to Nevada. Now it's, hey, where are the leads? I can get them and I can work that state as long as I'm licensed there. So super cool. Here are examples of the leads that work for us, right? Our main source is mortgage protection. We got our debt-free live. We have online lead generation, which is starting to boom now. We have our final expense and even annuities. How we support our system or our agents still more, right? Which is technology-wise. We have our proprietary system, right?
Oh my gosh.
Our CMR, we have our lead management system. We have marketing. This is literally, I've owned other businesses before. This is literally coming into Symmetry, owning your own franchise, and you have their full support, and you don't have no franchise fees, right? We're working with the name of Symmetry Financial, the fastest growing IMO in the country, and all we have to do is go out there and help families, right? And you're able to use their name. That's huge for me. One of the biggest things that I read in a book before I joined insurance was to find somewhere you can work that has a one-on-one mentorship, right? And the difference here is we're learning from people that are doing and in the position that we want to be in, not somebody on the sideline saying, hey, you need to do this, do this, do this, so you can get that outcome, right? So we're working with the people doing and earning the income that we want. That's huge for me. It's not hearsay, it's working. They can literally say, hey, this is the next step I took to get you where I'm at. And they pull you up. Really cool. Technology-wise, these are all the systems that you can use and plug in and play to, right? Care to Share, which is an online referral system. Everplan, which is a great way to set up all the families that we talk to. It's kind of get all their wills and all their information, life insurance, and put it on a digital place so that they can always find it. Owner Circle is a great way to get a website, quote request, and look again, the franchise, right? Part of Symmetry, and you have that name with it. Virtual Assistant, great way to help you control all your numbers once you join with us. Virtual Mentor, really cool. As a new agent, right? You don't know how to help a client. You get to plug in their height, weight, illness, and it lets you know a couple policies that you can use for writing them. One of my favorite is a Power Dialer. You get to plug in all your leads, and it literally cuts your dial time in half. You can literally dial about 70 dials an hour with this thing. It's great. And then one of the biggest things Symmetry knows is growing us as people and as agent is going to make Symmetry thrive even more, right? And that's why we got Thrive. It focuses on us and it focuses on our growth. We have Connect for Stronger Women. We have our Agency Owner Academy. So once we get there, they make sure financially we know what we're doing. They support us. It's really cool. And then Giant, if you don't know about Giant, kind of Google it, because it's just a great way of mentorship and leadership development that's out there, and we've partnered with them. So really cool. How we support our agents protecting us wise, this is really nice because this you won't get anywhere else when you go work for an insurance company, okay? If you're a 1099 employee. One, we get a free insurance policy for a year. Two, we get, now we can get health insurance if we want to get some. And then, one of the biggest things is they're out there to make sure we have what we need when we go help a family, right? There's nothing like saying, hey, this is how I protected mine with this life insurance product. And that's what they want to know. They want us to do with these things that they offer us, right? Quality. Quality is a new thing with Symmetry, and it's really the technology side of helping us as agents out there. And it's going to drive us into the future. It's going to help us get all our numbers as we're growing agencies. It's going to help us create a passive income with our teams, and their service there. It's going to help us. One of the biggest things that they have out there going, which no other company also offers, and I love to be able to say that when we're doing these things, that no other company gets to offer, right? It is called, I think it's called QMS, which is they're going to go out there and keep all our families protected in case something happens. They're going to go out there and recall our families, keep all our policies on the books is what we call it. But they're going to go out there and make sure our back end, it's almost like having a back end office and Symmetry supporting it. Super cool.
And what's awesome about that is the fact that with QMS, you know, we're already experiencing it. They just launched a lot of the new things that we're covering August 1st. We're already getting paychecks on things we have no idea that we're getting paid on. You know, we actually all just got back, Joe and I just got back with a leaders retreat from Destin, Florida. And Joe went to Chris Cook, our agency director, and he goes, I don't know what this is from. And a couple of phone calls later, we found out QMS had actually protected a piece of business that was in potential for canceling. And once that policy was rewritten, we got paid. And so it's really cool. And it's not even a service that you pay for. You just get paid with it. So now you guys have a good understanding. Thank you so much, Joe, for covering all that. Now you guys have a really good understanding of, you know, how Symmetry supports its agents, what sets it apart. You know, where did we come from, and where are we looking to get to? Let's talk about the part that you guys care about the most, which is how to get paid. So there's part-time and full-time positions, which Joe and I are going to break down. You have a 70% contract level, which you can earn raises every 2 months based on performance at a 5% increment at a max of 120. That's your highest contract is 120%. So it used to be 60 to 110, but then the whole company got a 10% raise August 1st. So now it's 70 to 120. And then also we're going to talk about some bonuses as well.
So a part-time schedule, right? Jordan, break down what it looks like weekly for a part-time.
Yes, so let's talk about every single week, because, you know, we all work on a weekly schedule. Our part-time agents, an average part-time agent, we have above average part-time agents. We definitely have seen some below average. On average, you should be doing 15 to 20 hours per week is what you should be putting into your business part-time. 6 placed sales per month is what an average part-time agent sees. You start at that 70% contract level. We get paid based off of the annual premium volume. We get paid based off the amount of money a client will pay for their policy for an entire year. Now, our average case that we write is about 1,000 APV, so $1,000 over the course of a year. So you have that 70% contract level of 1,000 APV per case. And then because 99% of the time the client will pay monthly for the policy, they haven't received all $1,000 yet to the insurance carrier. They're going to advance our agents 75% of their 70% within a day to 5 days after their policy has been approved. So the 75% carrier advance is what we refer to as now money.
Right, so that's the schedule, you know, what a breakdown is. Now show us the dollars on a part-time schedule, right?
Right, so remember, we're talking 6 place sales per month on an average case of 1,000 APV. So that's 6,000 APV per month at a 70% commission level is $4,200 per month is what an average part-time agent sees. Now, remember, the client pays 99% of the time, not annually. They pay monthly for their policy. So you've got that 75% carrier advance. So our average part-time agent is seeing $3,150 per month hitting their bank account right after their policies are getting approved and paid. So just off of the advance, that's an annual income of $37,800. The remaining 25% still hasn't paid out. It will once the policy has been enforced while later on in the year, once the policy has actually stayed on the books for a year. So with that back end 25% pay, it's a $50,400 first year compensation.
Nice. That's a good part-time gig. Now, a full-time, break down what it looks like weekly.
Yeah, so instead of that 15 to 20 hours, of course, we're gonna crank it up. That's crank it up a little bit. We're gonna show you what it looks like when you turn it all the way up. So when you crank it up a little bit, it's about 30 to 35 hours per week is what our full-time agents are putting in. Now, instead of 6 place sales per month, they're doing about 15 to 20 sales placed per month. Now remember, you can earn raises every 2 months based on performance at 5% increments. If you're doing what an average full-time agent is placing 15 policies per month, you're going to hit your first 3 raises no matter what. Just big facts right there. So you're at an 85% contract level, still 1,000 average case with a 75% advance.
That's the weekly schedule. Now, what does it look like in dollars?
Yeah, check this out. So on a conservative scale, instead of doing 20, let's talk 15 place sales per month. On an average 1,000 case, that's 15,000 per month. You've got your 85% commission schedule. So you're getting 12,750 per month off those 15 place sales. Once again, 75% carrier advance, that's 95, 62, and 50 cents per month. So just off of the advance, your annual income is $114,750. And then once your back end residual pay pays out, that is $153,000 position per year, working 30 to 35 hours per week from home. Can't beat that.
I love those numbers.
Me too.
My favorite thing about Symmetry is their numbers almost always hit exact. My first years here, Jordan, April to December, I cleared a little over 110, right? 8 months. Another 4 months, I would have been almost exactly at 150. I love Symmetry numbers. They're exactly what they say they are.
I know. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. And I mean, and think about it. You're putting in a 6-figure income, working from home on 30 to 35 hours. That is the ability to earn both time and money. That's exactly what that is off of your own, I would say pen, but we're not writing with pens anymore. We're really with our little keyboards. But what makes Symmetry different is the fact that they do offer that permanent income in addition to the temporary income. Now, guys, just know where we are when you step into your own self-owned position. Your income relies on you. Your ability to make an income is still your greatest asset. Symmetry offers the ability to take yourself from being solely reliant on you to actually starting a business, having system-driven income rather than self-driven income. So you can earn permanent income in addition to temporary by building your own agency and creating that system-driven income. What does that mean to you, Joe? Like, what does having that exclusive agency ownership program mean to you?
They call it true contractual ownership. And after working somewhere for 20 years and walking away with a 401k I wanted to laugh at, right? Because I wasn't retired. They teach us, right? Go to school, get a good job, a career, work 20, 30 years, and you're going to be retired with your 401k. That's not true, right? It's not the way it happens. So I put 20 years somewhere. The next place I put 20 years, which is Symmetry Financial, I want to be able to retire me, my family, and put ourselves in a financial position where money's no longer an issue, right? Because you think differently when money's not an issue.
Right.
And that's the position we want to see everybody in, right? So true contractual ownership, what does that mean? If I were to pass away once I'm an agency owner, Symmetry signs that portion of the company over to me. So I own my own business. I can sell it, do whatever I want. But the main part for me is if I pass away, my wife takes the business. The income continues. If my wife is no longer there, my kids have income for the rest of their life, right? When you start getting to a certain point past agency owner, you can't stop it, right? Your business grows because the people you have in the places continue to grow. And that's magic, because my kids will never have to worry about an income as long as I do what I need to do and build my organization here. And that is priceless to me. What it looks like before I get to the end of when something like that happens is how I earn a passive income, right? That means I'm not having to go out there and produce as much because my income is relied on half of my team. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, so actually, could you break down, or at least will you explain to everybody how an agency owner would get the passive income? Like, where does the passive income come from?
Right, so it's all about growing a team, and this is what's really nice about Symmetry. You start from day one, right? We train you and we teach you. You can do this as of day one. Why? Because what I'm about to go over, right? So once you get to agency owner, you're already at a 95% contract, right? So as you're building people, as you're building a team, I have people like Geoffrey Miller that are already at 80% contract, right? What does that mean? What does that look like? When I have 3 and I'm at a 95, there's a 15% spread, right? Because this is how I'm going to generate my passive income. Okay, I'm going to get paid off of the difference between our contracts. So if one of our agents at 80% and I'm at a 95, what does that look like, right? So if I have a $50,000 a month agency, I'm still out there writing my 15 policies. I'm now at a 95% contract because I've earned my raises. My team is writing 35,000 in production, and I get an average spread of 15% off of what my team does, and then I get 75% advance from all that. What does that look like as a dollar, right? I'm out there writing my 15 contracts still, or policies. I'm at a 95% contract. I got my 75% advance. I'm making my 10,600, right? My agency's out there writing 35,000. I get 15% of that commission. The 75% advance of that, that's another 3,900. So every month deposited into my bank account, just on my advance, is 14,600. For the year, that's $175,000, right? We still got our back end pay, month 10, 11, and 12. That's coming, right? The party's coming. Chris Cook told me one time. Help is coming. 234,000 as an agency owner if you're out there doing what you need to be doing. That's huge, huge. Again, I was able to do a little more than that last year, right? This is what I love about Symmetry. Their numbers do not lie. You know, and I'm not even an agency owner yet. Let me put that huge, big thing out there, right? I'm just doing what I'm supposed to be doing, what they're teaching us. And this is what I love about Symmetry's numbers. They're super conservative, because you can go out there and literally blow this out of the water.
Yeah, you can do that on your own pen. You know, and there are plenty of people with more than that. Yeah, more. And what I really also want to point out about this, y'all, is the fact that that 15,000 personal production is still working 30, 35 hours per week. That is what the team is doing. You're getting paid in the direct relevance to the problems you're solving. So by having other people out there making an impact on their communities, you're getting paid for spreading out that blanket of impact beyond yourself. And that's what the insurance carriers are very well, as you can say, rewarding our agents for doing. So now we're going to talk about some video game numbers for a second. For those of you who have a vision for your future that may be beyond 200 grand, we just want to show you what a lot of people are doing here at Symmetry. Joe, take it away. Show us some video game numbers, please.
The video game numbers. This is what we call the quote of the weekend. Is going to turn it all the way up, right? What happens when you invest everything and you grow this puppy like you want to own it, right? So at this point, you have a $500,000 agency. You're an executive vice president. What that means is, if you look at the little diagram there, you have a couple agency owners, directors, and you have representatives working for you or with you, right? So we have a $500,000 agency. You are no longer producing at this point, right? We have our average 15% spread with our 75% advance. What does that look like dollar-wise? That means every month, between all the agents that we have out there working with us, we're out there writing 500,000. That's 500 policies a month, right? Between all our agents. 15%, right? It's a smaller number, right, to look at. It's not that big. Divide it between 20 people and you'll be surprised how small of a crew or team you need to make these kind of numbers. Right. So 500,000, 500 policies, 15% commission spread, your 75% advance, that's $56,000 a month in passive income. That means what you're out there doing is you're supporting your team, you're supporting your agency owners, you're there to help them grow and get to the level that you're at. 675,000 in advance commission. Add in your back end pay, right? All those 10, 11, and 12s from all those 500 policies that your team's writing. That's 900,000 in passive income for the year.
Yeah, but wait, there's more.
Yeah. Symmetry bonuses us off of certain things, and we'll cover that a little bit more. But in bonuses alone, if you're at this level, you're going to also be adding another 228,000 in annual bonuses, 1.1 million in income, right? I've never worked in any place that I can say in 5 years, in 3 years, in 20 years, I'm going to be earning $1 million in income. That's what I get excited about, right? I put 20 years somewhere, and it was like, I'm at 20, I'm going to hit 30, I'm going to go to 40. I'm part-time at Symmetry. You can grow it here. Literally, there's no cap. And as far as you want to go, you can drive it like a Ferrari and get there. Now, the bonus is broken down a little bit more, Jordan.
Yeah. So we know a lot of people making that amount of money here. You know, and they're all from different backgrounds. They're not all insurance whizzes. I do want to throw that out there as well. And all of which have been a part of Symmetry for less than the amount of years that Symmetry's even been a company.
That's
So
really cool, right?
that stood out to me. I was like,
5, 6, 7 years.
yeah.
I'm excited. I'm at year 2.
So let's talk about some bonuses. You know, Joe and I, obviously we're biased. We love this company. You know, we wouldn't be working here if we didn't love it. But the biggest thing that we keep on saying is there's not ever been a better time to get started with this company than right now. And just this first bonus that I'm about to say is a good enough reason than anything else as far as being the best time to be here. Because if you're in a position where your back's against the wall and it's time for you to make a change for your family's life, you could come in here, run 110% at this, and earn up to an additional $5,000 in bonuses straight from the company. In 3 months, you could win that $5,000, or you could earn, excuse me, not win. It's not a competition. It's just you earn it. Anybody can do it. You can earn that $5,000. In 3 months, you can earn an invitation to the Symmetry destination trip to Costa Rica, which is an all expenses paid vacation worth $6,000. 3 months, you could earn that. Joe, what did you have to do last year in order to earn that trip? Last year, what did you have to do?
I had to write over 300,000 in APV. That's crazy. I would have won that contest.
Yeah, I mean, and you would have only had to have done three months.
Would have been my second trip to Costa Rica.
Right. So there's $5,000 in bonuses in 3 months. We're not talking over the year. We're talking your first 3 months here. And I'm not talking 3 months once you get good. You get started 3 months. And then also ask the person who invited you here about the hat trick and the Grand Slam bonuses, because you can earn up to even an additional $7,500 in your first 6 months on those same bonuses. That's $12,500 in just bonuses alone, let alone the money you'll make just helping families and making an impact on the people you come in contact with. And then you get to go on vacation. It is insane. It is just insane.
You know, on those bonuses, you know, at the very top, you already right. What makes Symmetry different? Symmetry's out there to become a household name, and we want to explode these next couple years.
Yes.
There's not a company that I know of that you can go and write insurance and have these kind of things out there now. The reason they're putting it out there is because they want to make sure as y'all come in, you have incentives to grow as fast as you can. I mean, literally, it's funny. You said, you've said it a couple of times, right? There couldn't be a better time to join. When I started 2.5 years ago, everybody would say that, right? I hear the people like, oh, it's not a better time. It's not a better time. It's not a better time. And I'm like, everybody says that, right? Now I'm one of those people, right? 2.5 years. I'm telling her, I'm like, there's literally couldn't be a better time. It is easier than when we started, Jordan. It's easier than when we started. There's way more incentives, and it's a lot easier to hit a lot of these bonuses, which is what we're trying to do, right? We want to make sure this is the reason you make these decisions, because it can change your life in 3 months. That's a lot of bonus just off of doing what you're supposed to do when you come in here, and that's earning your own income. So super excited, and there couldn't be a better time.
No, and Symmetry just understands, you know, when they founded this company, the name of Symmetry, it's literally to symbolize work-life balance. You know what I mean? You got the same on both sides. We understand, Symmetry understands that anybody getting started in this, there's going to be an off balance while you're trying to get into balance. And they know the best way to explode is not to treat the people at the top. It's to treat the people coming in the door, so that you have the best chance to be able to do the absolute best for your family and get way more probably than we all deserve. Let's be honest here. But to do that and to be able to launch yourself into security and get into that business builder side. So then there's more. There's a producer bonus that adds up to an additional 5% of additional commission to your sales. They just send it to you at the beginning of the month based off what you did last month. You take that and you just reinvest it back in your business. You got your Sherpa bonus, your bird dog bonus, your capital bonus once you start building your team. your 120 bonus. And then there's that equity bonus of $19,000 a month at the bottom, equity bonus. And then they had equity appreciation rights just announced this year. We refer to them as EARs because it's way easier to say than equity appreciation rights. This company is huge on acronyms. But the company gave 20% of itself. It's reserved strictly for our agents and staff. What company would give like that unless they knew what they had? You know what I mean? And I'm just so grateful to be a part of it. You know, we all talk about our level of gratefulness will reflect what you put into your business. And that's why Joe and we come to work every day with a smile on our face because we're grateful for what we have. Talk quickly about trips and then we'll pass this on.
Awesome. Just fun trips that you can win, guys. Costa Rica, part of the producer bonus as a starting agent. Then the really cool, every insurance company out there will take you on a trip if you hit a certain production level. The really nice part is, on average, it's about 85 policies out there, right? So it's about 85,000 production, give or take a couple, depending on the insurance company, but about 85 policies. If you go out there and help a family, you're going to get rewarded with a vacation somewhere in the world, right? Not in the U.S. They're not going to put you up in the Holiday Inn Vegas. They're going to send you somewhere in the world that's a great vacation. They're going to take care of you. Super cool incentive. I've won a couple of these already and just super excited to keep on getting more, right? There's nothing like going on vacation on your company dollar, right?
Yeah, right.
And then Costa Rica is the big one. Don't forget, coming in as a producer, it's mind-blowing to me. In 3 months, you can win this. It is hard to win this contest, right? and to be able to offer it to new agents, it's mind-blowing, and I love it. I'm super excited for people coming in here. So what's next? We're going to cover, we're going to go over with some of our agents that are working with us, and they'll tell you a little bit about us, what they're doing in the company. I got the honor and privilege of introducing Geoff Miller. He's part of my organization, and just blessed to have him on my team. Mark, you're listening. I got Mark Newbauer problems with Geoff Miller. I love it.
It's a great problem to have, Joe.
It is a great problem to have.
Give him hell, Geoffrey.
Well, thanks, Joe. Just to give you a little bit of background on myself, I've been here with Symmetry for just about a year. I started part-time with Symmetry. I actually was with another insurance company that I can't say, but their logo goes something like, "We are farmers, bump, a bump, a bump, bump, bump." So, but I was an agency owner with Farmers for about 10 years. I owned an agency up in Washington State, and sold that agency to move down to the Phoenix area in Arizona, started an agency again with them for the last 3 years. And Farmers was a company to work for, but after 2 agencies with them, I realized that I was kind of capped on my income. I had a 6-figure income, so it wasn't a bad income, but it wasn't the income that we were talking about. Jordan and Joe were talking about earlier in this presentation, the more than a 6-figure income. And that's really what I was looking for. I was looking for time to also have with my family. I worked a lot of hours with my Farmers agency building it. And after 10 years, I realized that things weren't going to change. And so I kind of started looking for something else. And that's kind of when I came across Symmetry here. And it's just changed my life. I was able to sell my agency here a couple months ago. The end of June was I know, it was exciting. June 30th was my last day here with Farmers. So I sold that agency, went full-time just after the 4th of July here. And I'm amazed. It's just been a few months in full-time with Symmetry. I've replaced and exceeded my income that I had with Farmers after 10 years in just the first few months. And I'm just excited. I'm excited about building a team. I'm excited about having time with my family. With Farmers, I was working 5, at least 12-hour days a week. I was working Saturdays. I did have a little bit of flexibility, but I didn't have the flexibility to take a week's vacation. with my family. I could go to my kids' soccer games and things like that, which is nice. But I couldn't take 2 weeks off and go to Lake Tahoe or something like that. And that's one of the things I'm excited with Symmetry is it allows me, you know, after I build a team, put a team together to do that, to have that time and money. I've had money. I've been fortunate in my life. I've worked hard. I've had income's always been fairly decent for me, but I'm just really looking for the time that this is going to allow me with building a team of people. And it's a blessing working with people like Joe and Jordan and Mark and all these great people. So it's super, super exciting. I'm looking forward to it. And I guess I'm just a few months in, but definitely looking forward to my future here with Symmetry. And yeah, I just love it. You know, with farmers, I was in the top 1% of the income earners, actually the top 0.5% of new business writers with the company. And the income I made isn't near, or the income that we make with Symmetry doesn't even compare to what I made there, being in that just the top handful of agents. So exciting stuff here. Again, looking forward to my future and working with all these great people here. So now I have the great privilege of introducing gentleman Mark Newbauer. I met him kind of when I first started with Symmetry. Joe introduced me, said, "Hey, you got to meet this guy, Mark. He's awesome." And he said he's you know, running a couple other businesses, working Symmetry part-time, but doing some great stuff. And just this last month, I know that Mark and his team did some amazing things with Symmetry. They were, Mark is a key leader with Symmetry, and he was the #1 key leader group in the whole company for the last month, which is pretty amazing. It had volume of, I think, over 84,000. And again, I know Mark is super busy. He'll tell you more about what he does, but I know he's busy with his other businesses and still always here to help with Symmetry. So it's exciting stuff. It's all yours, Mark.
Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Boy, I love high def, right? I didn't get my Botox this month, so no kidding. Hey guys, this is like, it's so great to see so many people on here this week, and this is actually kind of a smaller audience, but you know, nevertheless, I thank you, Geoffrey. I really appreciate that introduction. I really appreciate everything that you bring to the team. I remember first meeting you at a local event. Remember those? Hopefully they come back. And you were just considering this, and you had a lot of great questions and some really optimistic skepticism, if you will. And I just think it's so wonderful that, you know, with the huge business that you built, you know, over there, wherever that was, I didn't get your hint. I can't figure it out, but just to be able to let go of that and come over here and do what you have done in such a short amount of time, basically starting from ground zero all over again. Hats off, man. That's just amazing. Just as a fellow entrepreneur, I really admire what you've done. Guys, I am, you know, what I want to talk about here is the importance of building a business. As if Joe and Jordan didn't cover enough the immense benefits to, you know, really looking at the long game here. And I know how hard from personal experience it is to look at the long game in any business, because essentially for most of you considering this opportunity, this is going to be a startup. And, you know, startups are not easy. But they can be a lot of fun if you let them be. And the fuel for your fun is turning all of the activity necessary to build momentum in a business into something fun. And what I love about Symmetry is that we have tools and resources that allow you to do that with ease. And it's all about plugging in. And I know that's not my topic, so I won't go too much into that. But what I want to say just from the bottom of my heart, guys, is if you decide to take this on, pardon my French, I'm low on vocab today, but don't do it half-assed, okay? You got to go all the way. If you're going to make this decision, it's a big one. It's a big one. This isn't easy. Those are video game numbers. The founders really are giving up 20% equity in the company for those that are willing to help them build the company. But it's time to roll up your sleeves and get to work. And I am so grateful for the people and the resources here, because without it, there's no way I would have been able to keep up. And Jordan and Joe and some of my cohorts know that all too well. I keep really busy with my other businesses. And if you don't mind, I've already rambled on a bit, but since we're one speaker down, I'm going to take the liberty. I wrote a little something down about the business so that I wouldn't tangent. And so I'm done tangenting, and I'm just going to read that, guys. But I'm coming from the heart here. This was not an easy start, but I promise you, if you plug in, if you really tune into your leaders, respect them as leaders, and just, as we say, borrow that faith, whatever you need to do to just kind of fall, do a trust fall into us, we will catch you. But you got to be willing to do the trust fall. Okay. So this is a great quote. Even though I don't follow sports, I loved it. This is a quote from John Wooden, who is a UCLA basketball coach. Don't let making a living prevent you from making a life, right? We all have 24 hours, 7 days a week, and it's how we spend this precious time that determines our quality of life. Most of the team here knows that I run two other businesses. One's a startup in the entertainment industry, and the other's a media company serving public companies. I came to Symmetry 4 years ago, right around when Jordan did, my sister here. I came, and Jared, but Jared decided a little later than Jordan. I came to Symmetry 4 years ago because neither of my companies were making money, and in fact, I was losing money. We were behind on taxes, we were behind on bills, and after asking the universe, what am I doing wrong? How can I make this better? I found an ad on ZipRecruiter inviting me to sell insurance, right? So luxurious, or at least that's how I saw it, how I felt, right? Little did I know that it would become so much more. Let me say this, I was encouraged by a possible light at the end of the tunnel for me and my family financially, but in no way was I truly excited about selling insurance. But in working with the tremendous leadership here, like our hierarchy managers, Chris and Lauren Cook, and the amazing agents on our team that you see here, they have since become my extended family. And I soon found I was surrounded by the people that had the right mindset and a company equipped with the right engine behind an opportunity that allows any of you who are willing to do the work to create a six-figure income in your first year. And it's only because of everything I've learned here that my other businesses started taking off. The leadership, the mentorship, and the systematized processes and metrics that drive everything we do here enables us to grow into an income that we may not have thought was possible, while allowing us to accurately predict results depending on the amount of activity and resources that you are willing to put into this. And what I love about Symmetry is that every single person here has acknowledged and fully supported my true passion in life. And that's furthering my career as a producer and a media exec. It's not as a producer in the insurance field. But because the founders of Symmetry have designed a company that promotes building us into leaders, not just salespeople. This is a long game, guys. You really got to look at it that way. You can be a salesperson. That's how we all start. And that's how you get the grit and the know-how. But building a business here at Symmetry allows you to create a highly impactful passive income stream so that you can focus on serving the world in a way that you want to serve the world. It's the perfect training ground no matter what your goals, and it's a way to build a consistent, guaranteed income stream that allows you to make the most of your days. Now that my other businesses are successful, I don't need Symmetry the way I did when I came here. Yes, I wrote quotes there, so now I get to quote. When I came here in 2016, guys, it was so I could buy groceries, literally. There were times at the counter when I had to put back the bananas. That's no fun. It's kind of, especially if you're the breadwinner, it's kind of humiliating, silently so. But now, thank God, thanks to the people at Symmetry and the proven system that we build our entire business around, I'm able to spend more time building my career as a film TV producer, more time with my family, while I continue to grow as a leader, as an entrepreneur, and as a human being by being intentional about my business here at Symmetry. So you guys can do it too. I just want you to know this isn't about me. I know I'm saying me a lot, but it's just so you can relate to a different kind of story here. I've been part-time from day one, and it's an arduous road in the beginning, balancing all that. But the one thing that I recognized from the start was the sooner I decide to build a business here, the sooner I can focus on my role as the business owner with multiple streams of income. And you can too, because building a business at Symmetry continues to get better and better. Guys, you heard Joe and Jordan. We're in a multi-billion-dollar industry. Yeah, I mean, it's been stated. Entrepreneur Magazine, Fortune, not Fortune, that'd be nice, but we're probably there. And you know, all these groups that we work with, we have the best tools and resources in the industry. We're the fastest growing IMO in the industry. And we have the full support from a team of industry leaders that created a landscape so that you can work on your terms and within your own comfort zone. And so that, yeah, all this hard work that it takes to build the business, if you're in another IMO, that's what you're doing for the next 10 years, the next 20 years, the next 30 years. And that's okay if that's the path that you chose. But most likely the reason that you've been drawn to Symmetry, the reason that you're going to be drawn to Symmetry, it's not because of the immediate numbers. It's not because of anything that, you know, it's not because you want to be on the same path for the next 30, 40, 50 years. Most of us are trading time for money. And now it's time to kind of put that notion to rest, right? And make this what you want it to be and put the work into building a business as early as you can. And by that, I mean, once you've tested this, right? Get in here, feel it out, make sure you know these people are real. This is a genuine opportunity. And once you're comfortable with that, as soon as you are, make it happen. Start inviting people to things like this. Start showing them the opportunity. Most people aren't going to want it. Most people are going to say no. And most people you're going to have to tell, you know, talk to them about it maybe 4 or 5 times before they even decide to do this. What you're never going to do is push somebody into looking at this, because we aren't here selling people, guys. And the one thing I have to say, and I'm closing up here, but we're building a company. You got to think of it this way. Symmetry, when you guys missed some really big conference calls in June, but the theme continues, and you're going to hear more and more about what we're becoming. We're becoming something that no other company in the industry is even trying to become. Ryan Pope, a multi-millionaire who, you know, sold insurance companies for multi-million dollars and bought them back for more after the other people crashed him to the ground. This guy's a genius, and he's put together a platform in that he basically calls Amazon of the insurance industry. Okay. So you're at the very, very beginning of something very, very big. And this isn't a bunch of hoo-ha. They're promoting us to build a business and to grow a company. So yes, think about your why, think about why you came here, think about your immediate income. A lot of us have bills to pay when we first come here, and that's where your mind needs to be. But just keep the long game in mind and know that we're all about bringing a team together so that you don't have to work so hard once you get the feel for everything, okay? And that's what I want to say about building a business. And I hope that you'll take it seriously and really look at it as a team effort that all of us are a part of in building the biggest company that this industry has ever seen. And now, thank you.
Oh, no, you're
My
fine.
cue card guy, he went to the bathroom. No, I'm kidding.
No, people. No, yeah, no.
I want to introduce Jordan. I haven't even introduced you yet. No, I want to introduce my good, dear, sweet, amazing friend, Jordan Gillum. Even though it says Conky, she is married to the amazing Jared Gillum, and the Gillums are really building something special here. And I am so inspired by Jordan. We started around the same time, but in many, many ways, I look up to Jordan because, well, she is full-time. So technically she's probably put in twice the amount of time that I have here. And it shows because Jordan's soul is on fire for what we do here. She has genuinely become a real steward of everything that Symmetry stands for. And if you are so blessed to be, you know, within 1 degree of separation to Jordan on here and on our GroupMe, take time out to learn from her. Take time out to thank her, and take time out here to listen to what she has to say, because she really is. She really knows what this is all about, and has anybody that she comes in contact with, she has their best interest at heart.
Thank you so much. I'm actually just wrapping us up. We hit the 8 o'clock mark. I don't know
what a waste of an intro.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm just wrapping us up here. I just wanted to end here with just asking a couple of questions to you guys, because as you can tell, the opportunity is what you make it. So you have to ask, what do you want? So just ask yourself, you don't have to say it right now, but you speak with your spouse and sit down tonight and say, what do I want? And if you were given the right tools, would you be willing to do what it took to get what you want? And if the answer to that question is yes, and if so, get with the person who invited you here and ask them what's next. Like, what do I have to do next that leads me in the direction of what I'm telling you that I want? And so basically, just know that if you do what they say is next, that is going to head you towards what you want. That's all. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you guys for attending our meeting. We do these every other Wednesday. We really look forward to having you all part of our team and hope symmetries for you. Have a great night, guys.